Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Lakers' win against the Utah Jazz tonight. It was an impressive win by the Los Angeles Lakers, with all the Lakers basically coming together to basically achieve a win tonight after suffering a couple of days ago a horrible loss that they suffered against the Toronto Raptors a couple of games ago. And it was one of those type of moments where the Lakers needed to redeem themselves after that particular performance that they did a couple days ago. So a win against the Utah Jazz, it was something that the Lakers needed to do. And without further ado, guys, I just want to get right into the stats and players and just everything that went down when it came to the Los Angeles Lakers tonight against the Utah Jazz. So let's just get right into it. So, guys, the Lakers got a win against the Utah Jazz as of tonight. They are now 2-1 into the NBA restart. I believe now the Lakers are now 5 games away for potentially finishing off their 8 games into the NBA restart. And as of right now, I mean, even though we already knew this by now, the Lakers are now officially clinches the number 1 seed in the Western Conference with this win. Like I said, they have 5 games to go when it comes to the NBA restart. So it's one of those type of moments where the Lakers are now officially the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And judging by the performance of the Lakers tonight, it was very interesting to watch. I mean, it was much better than they actually really redeemed themselves with this win against the Utah Jazz team. They are a pretty tough team themselves, so it was one of those type of moments where the Lakers just came all together and just played great Lakers basketball as of tonight. And it all starts with Anthony Davis, who had a much better performance than he did with the Toronto Raptors a couple of games ago. It was a great performance on his end. I believe he had a double-double out there tonight with 42 points and 10 rebounds. And I believe he had 3 steals out there. And, it was just one of those type of performance that we all, somehow knew that Anthony Davis will show up after a poor performance that he did against the Toronto Raptors. I keep on mentioning the Raptors in this video, but it was just one of those type of games that I just really thought that the Lakers could have tried a little harder against that particular team, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. But they actually redeemed themselves when it came to this particular game, and Anthony Davis really showed up in a huge way, just continuing to dominate every single game, particular games like this. And Anthony Davis just really showed up for the Los Angeles Lakers and just performed in the much better sense than he did a couple of games ago. So great job tonight for Anthony Davis. LeBron James, I believe he had 22 points out there with, I believe, 8 rebounds and 9 assists. And I think he had maybe 2 steals and 1 block out there tonight. So LeBron James showed a lot of his presence on the court tonight. It was nothing to compare to Anthony Davis' performance, but he was there. He showed up, and he really performed much better than a couple games ago. My apologies, guys, for keep on bringing up the Toronto Raptors, but it is the truth. I mean, we should really look at the Toronto Raptors as an example for the Lakers to move forward when it comes to any sort of team that comes their way in these 5 games remaining into the NBA restart, because it's just another lesson for them to learn that there are some teams that are also looking for an opportunity to compete for a championship. And the Raptors, the Bucks, the LA Clippers. I mean, those are the teams that are also in contention for a title this year as well. So it's not just the Lakers, and they just need to realize that these certain teams are in their way for that particular goal to actually be implemented. So, it's just one of those type of moments where the Lakers just need to, at any given cost, just, step up out there every single night and any given night and just, give it their all at any given night. And a particular team like the Utah Jazz is, they're not on the level of like the, the Clippers or anything like that. I mean, they are a tough team. I mean, they play great defense out there, and they even showed that in tonight's game. And they have good shooters out there as well. And when it comes to all said and done, the Lakers, they just did not back down and they just showed up. So, great performance overall for, LeBron and Anthony Davis. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, KCP, he had 10 points out there tonight. And, even though he had 10 points, like I said, guys, it was the defense that really showed up in tonight's game as well. It was not just because of the presence of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. It was the defense as well. I mean, the defense was all over the place from the first, second, third, and, going into the fourth quarter. The defense really showed up for the loss in tonight's game in the favor of the Los Angeles Lakers, and it just it really showed. And I just hope the Lakers have that mindset moving forward of how they played and the great teamwork, defense. There's not so much the shooting, but it was all because of the defense that the Lakers had an opportunity to shoot, but it was just aggressive defense that was a main factor in tonight's game. And I just hope moving forward that the defense continues to be this strong, in any given night when it comes to facing, like I said, from any top teams in either the Western Conference or, possibly leading into the finals. So it was just one of those type of defensive-minded performance that the Lakers needed to give it their all. And they actually showed that in tonight's game against the Utah Jazz. So great job tonight for KCP. I believe, Danny Green, I believe he had maybe 6 points out there tonight. I mean, he showed some, I believe it's just more of a defensive ability that he showed out there tonight. There was not so much scoring out there on his end. It was just overall, I saw some great defensive ability from Danny Green, and for JaVale McGee, did not show up whatsoever when it came to the Los Angeles Lakers. He did get hit by the basketball by Rudy Gobert, so that was a nasty move, but maybe hopefully nothing horrible comes JaVale McGee's way when it comes to that particular hit. But I don't think it was, but I mean, because he continued to play throughout I believe the third quarter, or maybe it was the end of the second quarter, something around there. So I believe it was, or maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking about some other quarter where he got hit, but I just really hope that maybe JaVale McGee just steps up his role as the starter, because when it's all said and done, I mean, Dwight Howard showed up off the bench with 11 points, and that all has to do with, the passing ability by LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So Dwight Howard showed a lot of his presence out there tonight with his ability to, make alley-oops and stuff like that. With the assist and all. So a great performance overall for him. And I believe he had maybe 8 rebounds, or maybe it was 4, something around there. Like always, I'll put the stats of the Los Angeles Lakers of tonight's game in this video so you guys can check them out. As always, in every single one of my videos when I analyze, every game for the Los Angeles Lakers, I put the stats of the players and the team overall in every single one of my videos. So make sure to, check that out, and please give me your thoughts about the performance of the Los Angeles Lakers. So, but moving on to the rest of the Lakers off the bench, Kyle Kuzma, he had 9 points, and I believe he went 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. So, even though it was not one of his best performance, because he did struggle off the foul trouble with 5 fouls that he committed out there. So he just needs to work well on that, and hopefully it's not anything that diminishes performance. But he showed a lot of shooting ability, but it was, and that's something that maybe we should rely upon moving forward when it comes to him being 100% healthy now, and somehow he will basically be more contributing more to the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. So a solid performance for Kyle Kuzma. But for the rest of the Lakers squad off the bench, J.R. Smith had 4 points, but it was not one of his best, performance. I would just want to see more out of J.R. Smith, and also from Dion Waiters, who, was a good playmaker in tonight's game. I mean, he showed a lot of, playmaking out there, and being a floor general out there tonight. When LeBron James is just basically sitting out, I saw Frank Vogel giving Dion Waiters more of the point guard position role at any given moment. He had that sort of mindset to be that sort of facilitator throughout when LeBron is sitting out. So we're seeing a lot of that sort of glimpse out there for Dion Waiters. And also at the same time for Alex Caruso. So, Alex Caruso is also that other type of point guard out there who plays defense very well, but at the same time, he just needs to be more of a good playmaker out there, instead of just being more playing. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Alex Caruso, I just hope that he just continues the way that he is, because he's been a huge help for the Los Angeles Lakers, and let's just scratch all that out. I mean, the only thing that he can obviously improve upon is just his playmaking ability. That's all there is. Defensively, he's doing great, and just him attacking the rim, when he's like somehow open, it just gives him more of a leeway for him to just show more of his presence out there, with the injuries to the injury to Rajon Rondo. He just needs to step up his role in a huge way off the bench. So overall, great job tonight for Alex Caruso and the rest of the Lakers squad. This was the type of game that I obviously want to see more out of the Los Angeles Lakers, because for the past 2 games, sure, they beat the LA Clippers, but it just wasn't their most best finishing, if you will, for the Los Angeles Lakers. And when we came to the Raptors, it just wasn't their best. But in tonight's game, it was just one of those type of games that the Lakers played, honestly, one of the best since the return of the NBA. So hopefully moving forward in the next 5 games remaining, the Lakers just keeps that mindset moving forward and has that mentality. They are going to be playing against the OKC Thunder, so it could be a easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. And it's just, with them already securing the number 1 seed, it's just, any given moment, we just want to see just the best out of the Los Angeles Lakers, because, going into the playoffs, you never know who they will be facing. They could be facing the, I believe, the Clippers, or, Memphis, the Spurs, possibly. It's just one of those type of teams that are playing very aggressive basketball for these past couple of games, and what we saw in the scrimmage game as well. So, they are trying to make their presence known for a potential run for the 8th spot. So that's something that the Lakers need to look for when it comes to their particular performances out there. So just hopefully the Lakers just have that mindset moving forward in these next 5 games remaining, and hopefully we can see better aggressive defense. I mean, obviously they showed that in tonight's game, but keep that aggressive defense in the mindset moving forward, and just have that ability to just play great teamwork out there. And if somehow they can improve on their shooting, it will be much better moving forward for the Los Angeles Lakers when it is all said and done. So guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all that good social media stuff, and please give me your thoughts about tonight's game against the Utah Jazz. What you guys liked about the Lakers performance? Was it a better performance that they showed against the Toronto Raptors? I mean, obviously, but if it's just one of the best performances from the Lakers so far since returning of the NBA, or was there some mistakes that were made that maybe the Lakers need to improve upon? Please comment down below, give me your thoughts about that. I really do appreciate your comments, and just the concerns of everything that's going on when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. It's really appreciative, and honestly guys, I do appreciate your love and support when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and this channel as well, continuing to show me the love and support for this channel and all of my social media sites. I mean, you guys are just an amazing audience on YouTube, and of course on social media as well. So you guys just awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video. Guys, please make sure to comment down below, give me your thoughts about tonight's game. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.